I need your help. Error. The SpaceX disrupted my magnetic gyros. Malfunction. Incoming call.
Hello? Hey Chris, what's up? Yeah, I'll totally come over. Okay, I'll be there as soon as I can. All right, bye. My friend Chris and his nephew Randy are pulling the motor out of a 1931 Essex, and he asked me to come by and shoot some video, so I'm going to get over there.
Who was it?
Nigel, that was Chris.
Chris is not here.
Choke. Start. Oh well, we'll look under the hood and figure it out. I raised the hood up and water drained off the hood, and it's just dripping onto the coil. Runs down there. I'm gonna try to prime up the fuel pump manually. Try and crank it over. You have to do that from under the car, of course. We're gonna charge up the battery. I smell it. Why is it dripping gas? So this should be full of gas here. What? Ooh. Come on. This thing, man.
I mean, it looks like somebody died in the thing already. In a shootout, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the glass is shot out where the guy would have been, and then there's little potholes going through the rear window. But I don't see any
Bullet holes?
I think it's BBs, or it might be 22s. It's small, whatever it is.
Somebody was doing target practice for the BB gun?
I'm certain that's what it was. I mean, it's just too, like, you don't see anything. You see any spots on the metal?
Right.
It's perfectly in the glass.
Does that rear glass roll down?
It does. Isn't that cool? So, because this is a rumble suit, you could be sitting back here, and you'd be talking to your peeps. See, the last tag on it was 1952. This boy is seen its day.
And why do they call it a Super 6?
Well, it's a 6-cylinder.
Is this the head? The cylinder head?
Yeah, it's been popped off. so you can see that it's this thing is totally frozen. I mean, I don't think they would get too far with anything on this. So I'm going to pull the head, and then I'm going to put the dolly on there. Like, if he doesn't want this piece, I could probably get $300-400 just for this stuff alone. Like the whole hood. There's a guy in New Zealand wants the hinge.
Don't you want less stuff as opposed to more stuff, even though it's cool?
Okay, so my whole thing is, and it is going towards less. You can obviously, like, getting rid of the whole thing is less. But I need to find, I need to find places, homes for these things, right? I don't want it to just go in the dumpster.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like persistent about it. So I would try to find the person who's actually just committed their elliptical training regimen. I'll go, here, this is for you. I mean, that's what recycling is. But you can't. I mean, this thing is really a stout vehicle.
So where did you find this one?
It's Mariposa. It wasn't the same guy owned the car that I bought. There's a lot of old antique cars in Mariposa. I don't know why.
And they don't rust.
I don't know. They just find places. But this one was underneath I don't know. It was kind of like this open area here. So it was underneath a roof, but it had no sides on it. And when I first got it, you can't really see it here, but you can kind of see these little paw marks on here. There was like a big raccoon or something trying to get in there. It was pawing the door. So anybody, somebody
like,
would call
is this paw?
Yeah, like, I think that's a paw right
There's
there.
a claw.
Yeah. So somebody would say, like, oh, this would make a great rat rod. I said, no. This
It's
would make
a raccoon rod.
Bigger vermin.
Was that a sneeze, or did somebody just get knifed?
Maybe somewhere in between. So. When my dad would sneeze like that, he would say, horse shit.
Does this 8-track player work?
Yeah, kinda. I would say kinda.
You've got some Led Zeppelin in there.
I know, try it.
Okay. Oh, shit. No, it just made a noise.
I have another one in the back. This was playing before.
We got to get the lead out, Chris.
I know. He's gonna stick a matchbox hook in there. You gotta take one
Oh!
It died.
I'm just happy we got that.
Totally.
That is a tube repair kit?
Yeah, I mean, it's totally not useful anymore. But it was inside the car.
It looks like something that would come from the circus with the way that this
1933 by Cornell Tire and Rubber. But I can't get the piece out of the, oh, maybe I can. It's got like
That's
a
still
patch.
good.
Yeah, sure. You can take it back in the store, but there's like your little patches.
Uh-huh.
And you can you sand it. There's a little sander there. Oh, it's got a little thing, a little cap, valve stem cap there. But it's all just like melted together. The can's in great shape. I couldn't find the lid though.
This can is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm keep. Oh, so that's
The rumble seat.
There's the original handle there.
Are these for the 12-inch subwoofer speakers?
You actually had your rumble seat that would hang up on there. On these guys. And then they bolt in on the bottom. So they took it out and put the bolts back in.
There's a spare light bulb.
Yeah.
So was this a 6-volt car?
6 volt, yeah. It was underneath the seat. Yeah,
So the gas goes in here.
it does.
It almost doesn't look like it has a lot.
You see this thing? It doesn't. Oh, this is all tank. Like, if you look under here, that's all tank.
So it's a pretty flat tank, really.
Yeah, it's about like this.
It's like about an 8 or 10 gallon tank.
I was gonna say about 10.
Get about 40 miles to the.
And this is what they're supposed to look like. So is this a roadster?
This is a boat tail speedster. But yeah. 2-door, rumble seat, boat tail. So if you notice on this one, it's got metal spoke wheels. 1 year only wheels. Randy found 2 of them out at the swap meet.
What are the odds of that happening?
Very, very low. And that was a moment I came back saying, okay, this car's going to make it. Killer louvers in there, man. Huge louvers.
They're massive.
A lot of guys, they take those side panels off because they want to be able to see the engine.
So this is the rat rod look.
Totally.
Calling all cars. Calling all cars.
Wiring is stuck on there. Grody. You have another inch?
Chris, what do they call this particular shade of yellow?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, harvest gold.
Harvest gold.
And then the green is winter long green.
Winter long?
Winter long. So I recently joined the Vintage Corvette Club, which my dad was a member of years and years ago.
I think it's so cool that the steering shaft is the same winter long green as the dash.
Yeah. That was a hard thing to make happen. Without scratching it.
Almost. Like stuck along the bottom. It's almost there. Boink.
There we go.
This doesn't happen every day.
I mean, you're able to.
You're a legend.
That's why I was kind of a little confused.
You're the legend of the Essex.
Your dad would be proud you're using up all that 1, 2, 3, 4 blaster stuff.
Gosh, I found even more of it.
I used up the entire spray can of that on the Land Rover.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, it's just barely touching the firewall
Yeah,
there.
I can see that. I don't understand why it's not going forward, though, because I think everything is free.
Maybe
It's not.
gravity?
What's not free?
Well, whoa!
That was There's your
That's one of those eureka moments.
I thought it was this.
Oh, you took that off. That
Yeah,
cross piece.
That was the piece that we were just doing.
That
But
was-
it must have like had it torqued or pinched in there. I'm thinking I want to go the other way with this though.
So this has been out, right? This car's probably been repainted multiple times and no?
Maybe once.
What is that gasket stuff? That orange?
That's your motor mounts. Yeah, they use this like actual natural rubber, and it kind of breaks down over time. I
Oh,
actually
wow,
pulled it
okay.
apart to see what it looked like, so I could figure out the motor mounts when I put mine on.
Huh?
All right. You can push down on the transmission. Don't put your hands in there though.
Yeah, you're good. Let me know when you're starting.
You might need to bring it down just a
Is there any way you can go forward
quarter inch.
a little bit?
Forward this way?
No, my way?
No, not really.
Okay, well, you're kind of. That's our way.
There's your problem.
Yeah.
Wait, I gotta see what's going on here.
The shift forks are connected to the.
Oh, look at that!
firewall.
Yeah,
Isn't that like the thigh bone is connected?
I
to
can't. My instinct is to reach in there with my foot
the- Don't do
and
that.
push down.
No, I was trying to put it with my hand, but it's.
That's a big no-no.
That metal is fucking
strong.
solid.
It's strong.
I mean, there's some rust, but it's not.
this part was probably the worst one. This pan that I took off.
Yeah.
And I had to push the engine back.
I can't put
Yeah, I'm gonna let it down
Just a little.
a smidge. Oop. Is it hung up there?
Yeah. Not for long, but
Is it still hung up on there?
It's not running anymore.
This is a precision machine. Is it really stuck that one?
is there an owner's manual?
You know, it
It actually is.
the original guys, when they worked on these things, they would take the car and jack it up like this with a chain.
Oh, wow.
Up to the ceiling. And I'm like, that is like the most dangerous thing ever. Okay, you want to pull it that way?
Oh! Sorry, I overreacted.
Houston.
That was a major.
One more.
That was a major movement.
There's
Just there.
one more opportunity to hang up on something. So.
That was the X-Lax moment.
You should be good.
I gotta get it over the frame in the front though.
No, you should be good.
No, I know. Here, I gotta get the pin.
That's a pretty shallow oil pan, fortunately.
Yeah, it's got a windage tray in it.
That's cool.
Well, because it's dipper. The mains are pressure fed, and the rods are dipper. So it's just like whatever it dips.
Now, is this like a 2-liter?
190 something cubic.
Those cylinders are pretty small.
Yeah, it's pretty small. Your cylinders are bigger, right?
They're big. They're big cans.
Okay, we gotta push it away from the fender. You pull buckets.
Okay, you guys, get in there together.
Over here. Over here.
Uncle and nephew. Nice work, guys.
Going down. So that
So this is the original engine coming out for the first time out of this car.
time. Yeah.
Since this was 31?
Yeah, it was taken off the road in '52, so I mean that's a pretty good life for one of these.
Yeah,
They
I
were
mean,
pretty crappy back in the
That would be like a 2004 car
Isn't that
when they
insane?
took it off the road.
Isn't that insane? I think it had like 60,000 miles on it.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah. It was pulling
Like
the
20
engine out
years
of
old. They're like, all right.
Yeah, but my car
Besides
lasts
all
like
the sitting,
my car lasts like 10 times longer than this car.
That's for sure.
and it gets a hell of a lot more miles.
Yep.
You know, I'm feeling the history of this sacred space where all these engines have come out of cars.
Or back in and out.
Yeah.
We had one with the green one. We had like 7 guys over here at one time. It was like Amish barn raising. You know, we picked the body up and it was perfectly all buffed out and everything, and put it onto the frame, and it was that was a moment. Everybody's talking and oh.
Or a screwdriver.
But I don't think it would have fit.
Yeah, there's a blue cast to it.
And then if you look at the front fender up there.
Oh man, that's like when it was new.
Yeah.
Right
So
there.
I think it had black fenders and a blue body.